I think the way that I approach curation is shaped heavily by my experience as an artist because I went through a studio education program. I trained to be an artist. I thought I was going to be an artist up until about 15 years ago. The way that I work with artists and the way that I develop exhibitions is in many ways like an extension of what a studio practice was. So I get really excited about working with artists on new projects. I want to be with them for the ride, right? I want to see things develop and shift and change. I think we often think about curators as being academics and being very theoretically minded, and I like theory, but I don't let it govern my work, and I don't think that it needs to, because at the end of the day, the kind of work that I'm doing or that I want to be doing, is for people who are coming to the experience at all different levels. They may be in the arts, they may not. They may be readers and they may not, but they have a life experience that is going to inform what they take in with exhibitions. So I don't want to ever discount the kind of relevance of those different types of experiences. That's my hope for curators and people who are working in arts administration, to not kind of seclude themselves in the administrative tower or the office, right? It's so important to actually be where artists are. Those individuals are the next generation of people who are likely going to have my job at some point. I hope they have my job, So kind of going out and showing them with your presence that what they're doing is meaningful and worth paying attention to. That's an essential part of my job, actually. I didn't come from Waterloo region, and when I came here, I remember thinking that I didn't have a community. I didn't know anybody here really, and so I kind of struggled to find a support system. But those sensibilities didn't last very long. I mean, quite early into my tenure here, I was invited to do creative work, and I never expected that would happen. And to be honest, I'm not sure if that would have happened in a different community. I don't know if it would have happened in Toronto. I don't think I would have been given, the keys to basically do something like this in a big institution, a comparably sized institution in Toronto. There's all sorts of different factors that enable access to those opportunities in bigger cities. That having been said, I don't think anything we do here is second rate to what I see happening in a bigger city. And that may seem a little bit cocky to say that, but I know that a project like this is meaningful. I don't need a big city context to convince me of that. So those are the kind of things that, maybe it sound a little self-congratulatory, but I think within this community, it's really important for us to recognize our value.